Ah, top. Ready?
To answer of your question, I start with my own history and try to understand my own heritage, my family heritage. And so I didn't grow up with my father, but in fact he's a famous Senegalese artist. So when I became a mother, I tried to understand more about him and his practice and all this environment around him and all of this generation, because he's a part of the second generation. So it was important for me to understand, to be able to transmit to my son and in fact to the next generation and to my own generation too, because many of them don't know about the story. Because in Dakar we don't have access to the story. Like, of course, we have this institution, Beaux-Arts de Dakar, and they teach something, but it's not complete. And so when I start to do this research, I find this application with TURN2 residency, and I also discover all the link with Germany. So it was interesting for me to be able to be a part of that, and I'm also grateful for that, to have this opportunity to came in Germany, in Berlin, have access to people, to you, to the other who are and who were a part of this history institution also. So yeah, it was important.
And as you said, the first time, among the first time we met, and through your survival kit, which I find the title great. Why Berlin? It's also because in Berlin it's very active at the moment within like the question of restitution and how also restitution and contemporary practices, the question of the archive also, it's all elements that have been very present the last years. And that's also why you shared that you wanted to come to Berlin. And unfortunately, like the residency has been quite short, but I was impressed how intense and also all the people that you have met. So from talking to Clémentine Delis or Yvette Mutumba, or going to the Ivaleva House, or going to the Museum der Kultur der Welt, the Weltkultur Museum in Frankfurt. Can you share a little bit more about that? And also, if possible, how, but that comes like more as a second question, how did it actually make a shift from your initial idea of the project and the shape of the project, and now after you have encountered all of these people and these institutions?
So yes, it's a good question, because things change in my head. But first of all, I was able, with the help of the residency, to go in Frankfurt to see Weltkulturen Museum and the collections. So African collection, but focus on this collection created by Friedrich Ax and Alya Sebti in between 85 and 89. So it was really important for me to see like the collection, but also the archive, understand also the relation between Friedrich Ax and Alya Sebti, because it was friendship first of all, and it's we can like feel that when we read, you know, the letters exchange, and we also know about this time how it was difficult to be an artist at this moment with all, I mean, the political issue around in Senegal and also in Germany. So it was really interesting to be in Frankfurt, and I also discovered the book the museum create with Clémentine Delis, who was the director at this time, with the help of Julia Gross and Yvette Mutumba from contemporary end, but Yvette was working also at the museum at this time. So it was around 2015, and this woman team create with Elsie this book. It's an amazing book about 40 years of practice, painting, of course, but also activism, also history of Senegal artists who are around. So it was interesting to have access to the book, but also to have access to the collection, because LRGC do an exhibition with the museum and Clémentine Delis, of course, at this moment. So it's a huge thing. And I discover also this conglomerate of artwork, of painting and piece of art are really unique, because we don't have so many African artists from this generation who have like artwork and archive and who are alive. So it's a huge collection, and I think it's really important for me to know that now. I will probably have a discussion with LRGC when I will go back and see what he wants to do, because it's not the collection of the museum. He has the right on it. It was more a kind of prêt. I don't know the word in English, but yeah, this idea of okay, you sharing my work during 7 years, and now the contract is finished. So what happened next? So yeah, I came back in Berlin after Frankfurt with more questions, and also the clear idea, a better idea of the work in general and the importance also of the work. And after that, I was able to go in Beirut, and Eva House was amazing experience for me, because like it's a museum and a university, so it's another way to work, another way to have access to the piece. Eva House, if I have to compare the two institutions, it's really more accessible, really more open-minded, really more, I don't know, maybe it's also a question of generation. It's also a question of what kind of museum is it? And now I have this idea to create my own archive. I'm sure in Senegal we need to have an archive like physical archive, but also digital archive, something for people to have access to their own history. Because I also know I was so privileged to come here. I have this double nationality, so I don't have like any visa issue, you know, and I'm also the daughter of this famous Senegalese painter. So it was accessible for me, but I know it's not accessible for the others. So yeah, I have to work on that now. It's a huge new process and big mission, if I can say that. It's funny because like they're really interesting. I receive many like comment or message, you know, asking more like what happened, what you discover. I'm waiting. You will come back, and I'm really excited to have a talk with you. So it's also interesting to notice like people in Senegal are really interested on. So yeah, now I don't know what I will do with all of that, but for sure I will try to create a kind of event or something around and share with people in Senegal like what I have collect, a kind of presentation. I don't know, we will see, but of course all of that will be a part of the survival kit. And I like this name because it's really like that, like survival. We need something to survive, you know. Yeah, because we don't speak about that, but we lose many artists, and we have this orality culture also. So it's important to be able to have like, you know, elements, content, writing, video, sounds,
documentation, and things that we can reactivate in the longer future. No, I look very much forward to the next step of the survival kit, and as I said, I will be on your side, and it's a beautiful journey that you're going through, and I think you also started like with this whole question of transmission. You've also started to share it a lot, so the transmission is there. The alliances are also there on your side, and on est ensemble. And voilà, thank you so much.
No fark, as we say in Senegal.
It's lunchtime.